We've all had Dragon Ball on our minds lately, and while you don't ever really need any particular excuse for that to be true, of late that has largely been down to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Bandai Namco and Spike Chunsoft's 3D Arena Fighter launched earlier this month, and in the days since its release, it has enjoyed not only widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike, but also wildly impressive sales, having moved over 3 million units in its first 24 hours alone. So yeah, the game is clearly a popular one, which is no surprise considering the massive popularity of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. As is the case with any popular game, Sparking Zero has already developed a solid modding community on PC with a number of mods already available for the game to improve the experience in a variety of ways, both big and small. As such, here we're going to talk about a few great mods that you can download for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Nexus Mods. So without further ado, let's jump in. Choose your own maps. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero boasts a staggeringly massive roster of playable characters, but where its maps and arenas are concerned, options become a bit more limited. To remedy that, there's the Let's Fight Somewhere Else mod by Nexus Mods user Sora101Vin. As the mod's name suggests, it lets you access any and all custom maps that the game normally doesn't let you play in, including maps from cutscenes and the main menu. Though the mod's primary purpose is to make more arenas available for players who wish to play local 1v1 matches, it can also be used in the story mode.
Here aren't we? Very well. Don't say you weren't warned. For all that pride your people had about becoming...
Choose your own capsules. Capsules are a crucial progression element in Sparking Zero, allowing players to customize characters, enhance skills, and more, though you don't have the freedom to use them exactly as you would want. If, however, you apply the Custom Battle Capsules in Battle Mode mod by Hinky, well, the name pretty much explains it. With this mod, capsules that are otherwise available exclusively in Custom Mode also become usable in Battle Mode. Longer battles.
Be so stupid.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero does an incredible job of capturing the epic scale and utter over-the-top carnage that fights in the Dragon Ball universe have always been known for. But what if you wanted to take things even further? Well, there's a way to make fights last even longer at the very least. The mod titled Characters HP x2 on Nexus Mods by Gantz79 does exactly what it says on the title, and doubles the max HP of almost every character in the game, and as a result of which, fights end up lasting significantly longer. Revamped character selection. Let's move beyond mods that can have an impact on the gameplay experience and touch on some that are instead focused on tweaking the visual experience. For instance, there's the character selection screen revamped mod by Nexus Mods user Lilcino, which takes the low-resolution character portraits in the game's character selection screen, throws them out the window, and instead replaces them with high-quality official artwork for every single character. Why that artwork wasn't used for the purposes in the game to begin with is, well, anyone's guess, but hey, at least we have the modders to fall back on, right? Unlocked frame rate. The quest for better performance and platform-specific optimizations is one that the games industry is never going to stop chasing, and unfortunately, for all of its strengths, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero does have some issues on that front on the PC. For instance, its performance can be a bit choppy, while its 60 FPS cap is also something that many have taken issue with. However, the game's Performance Enhancer mod by Kimboy1 not only removes that frame cap, it also enables temporal upscaling and disables chromatic aberration, while also adding an option to disable bloom. The end result is noticeable improvements on the performance side of things. DBZ Shader. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a really good-looking game, and a lot of that is obviously down to how well it captures the look and aesthetic of the Dragon Ball universe. However, for fans of the Dragon Ball Z anime in particular, the game maybe doesn't exactly capture that visual style. If you want to move it a little bit further in that direction, you can get the DBZ-inspired reshade mod by Zoret Nak to make the game look a little bit more like Dragon Ball Z. Anime graphics. Here's another option to consider for players who are looking to make Dragon Ball Sparking Zero look more like the anime. The anime graphics mod by Tacto1 applies a new coat to the game, slightly altering its visuals just a tad so that it retains its core look, while also capturing the anime look a little more accurately. No, it's not a huge difference, but it's not a negligible one either. Visual enhancements. The Clarity and Color Accuracy preset mod by Nexus Mods user Jupa124 is definitely worth looking into, given the very noticeable technical and visual improvements it brings to the table. Again, Sparking Zero is a solid enough looking game in and of itself, but the differences with this mod applied are plainly visible, from improved lighting, a greater level of detail, sharper image quality, better draw distances, and more. HUD Toggle. There's a lot to keep track of during fights in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which of course means a pretty busy HUD, especially when fights get particularly hectic. And while the importance of that is easy to understand, especially in a fighting game, it's also undeniable that for many, a cluttered HUD can impact the immersion factor significantly. Thankfully, though Sparking Zero doesn't have an option to turn off its HUD, you can do so with the press of a button using Nexus Mods user Levi Gary's HUD Toggle mod. Having the option to turn off the game's HUD whenever you want so you can more thoroughly immerse yourself in its explosive battles is definitely a nice bonus, and one that Bandai Namco will hopefully officially add into the game at some point down the line. Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is, of course, the long-awaited fourth installment in the beloved Budokai Tenkaichi series. But unlike past installments, this time around, Bandai Namco chose to launch the game with an officially translated title, rather than the localization of the original title. It is, of course, only a name at the end of the day and not something that impacts the experience in any real way, but if you do want to change that title, you can do so with the Budokai Tenkaichi 4 logo on main menu mod by Lil Sino, and yes, the mod does exactly what its name suggests. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.